Well, as in like aspiring actor slash writer of the same sort of like, I guess, mock reality sort of thing as the Guild, what advice can you offer me as far as like the basic start of it? Is it, or I mean, like with characters and premise, is that something that you feel should be very strongly developed near the beginning, or is it more like shoot, 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 and kind of develop?
See how it develops.
Yeah.
I think it's the more you prepare, the better off your product will be. That said, you have to be fluid enough that you can evolve. You know, so it's kind of a combination of the two. You should define strong characters if you're making a show like The Guild. I mean, I think that one of the great things about it is that you have 6 very distinct people, and so when you flesh out those characters and you put any 2 of them in a situation together, the script writes itself. You know, because they have such strong points of view, they have such strong dramatic needs. They're all very different, and you know you can get great drama, which will equal great comedy because you have such strong characters. That said, with Felicia, you know, she's asked us many times. You know, she didn't necessarily know that's where she was going to go with each of these characters, like where they ended up evolving. And I think it's because after you see it fleshed out with the actors, she was like, oh, okay, this is what Sandeep does well. This is what Jeff does well as Vork. You know, I can beef that up, beef a certain element up, depending on what she's seeing. So it's a constantly evolving process, but it does start at the foundation of with great characters.
And we definitely have fleshed out our characters as the actors that have inhabited those characters, have fleshed them out over the years.
I mean, just like we didn't know that Vince was going to be a good card, a dude who could do card sharks type stuff. So she's written that into the show in various places. Like I can do gymnastic-y things, and so that ended up in Date My Avatar. I did a backflip, and it's just things that sort of you use what everybody can. Amy's a killer dancer, and Jeff's just a beautiful bald man.
I don't think she ever saw my character getting really angry and screaming, but that's what I do on stage, Jeff Lewis.
Right.
So I think that I started.
The first time you yelled Blades was just like an improv.
I don't think she imagined getting so angry. He really has those flashes, and I think that's my contribution to the character.
All right, before we take the next question, I just want to ask if anybody has an empty seat next to them, you raise your hand, and everybody that's standing along the wall, you need to take a seat because it's against the fire code for you to be standing back there.
I guess we should go.
Yeah.
Seats here. Is
that weird? I should put out this fire.
Thank you, and you can go for the next question.
Okay. Yes.
Hello. I was just wondering, how have your lives changed since you joined the Guild? And also, if you could tell me, if you could join any cast or just like guest star in any show that's going on right now, what would you pick?
Oh my God.
First question,
I'll say that for me, like, being in LA and going to auditions, and it's a lot of rejection, and it's really a challenge. It's hard. It's nice once in a while when someone comes up and says, "Hey, I saw you in the Guild. I like your work," and that is hard to get. And it's really nice. It helps me get through the day sometimes, because you can go to 3 or 4 auditions, and at the end of the day, you don't get 1 phone call, and it's really hard. And once in a while, you do. I mean, obviously, but. It's really, for me, it's sort of been that nice shining light that's got me.
I mean, it's unbelievable that this room is jam-packed. It still blows my mind. We're a web show.
That was one of the worst ever. I forgot an entire page. I missed an entire page and went to the next one, and I left feeling terrible. And I walked down the street, and the guy just stopped me and said, "Hey, you're Vork and Gil." I said, "Yeah." He goes, "You're a dick." No, he just said, I like your work. So it was like my head was so low until he said that. It made me feel a little bit better, and I didn't blow my brains out.
You are living on the edge, sir.
I'll do it again.
Yeah, no, I think it's just absolutely, it confounds me that we're able to sort of support ourselves at all, doing what we love. It's mind-boggling, but so awesome, I mean, we're sitting there, we got lines, at various cons that are sometimes as long as the TV show guys, and it's cool, I think that what Felicia did so well was create a show that was very true to her, and I think it touches people because she's, it's authentic. Like that, she's a gamer, and this is like a lot of her experiences, and I think people can kind of like, they can tell that it's real, and that all of us as a cast, there's a lot of love going on, in a sexual way. Yeah.
Only a sexual way.
Yeah, we've all been pregnant with each other's babies. No, but it's, and I think that joy sort of like kind of comes through the screen and hopefully spills onto you guys. That's and blackout.
What was that?
They'll point out and then they'll come back on.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I would love to be in.
And we're back. Oh, what was the second part? What show?
What show?
Yeah, if you could guest star on any show.
I would love to be in Modern Family.
Modern Family, I would love to be in Community, and I was. That show is just like, I love that show. It's so cool. It's just doing some crazy, brave stuff. If you guys have seen like the D&D episode, I mean, if you haven't watched it, if you haven't gotten into it and you're a nerd, like, it definitely services us. It's like, they will just go to places that no network show will go. And so when I got asked to be on it, I was so psyched, obviously, to get a job, but also just I was such a fan, so it was just like a dream come true a little bit to be on that show. So yeah, but Modern Family would be good too.
All right, next question.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi.
I wanted to know what you've run or read in D&D.
Me?
With what you played. Either of you. I know that you said you played, and then you just...
I was never a dungeon master. I just always
You just know is what?
playing.
I didn't play much D&D. Like I said, I was a Hero Quest guy, and I go to Temple a lot because I'm a brown skin, which is what we did. Instead of course, doing any of the stuff that my parents wanted me to do, me and my friends would just go up to the this scary level of this church that like should have been condemned, and I'm sure could have killed us, and we just invent. We just create, we'd pull from like, we'd have, one of us would be a transformer, one of us would be, an elf, and we just sort of invent stuff. So we kind of did our own live action D&D, but I never actually ran any campaigns first time.
I don't know if I answered the question. It was only 30 years ago, but did I answer that right? No, I didn't.
I don't know, I feel like you've been caught in a lie. That's what I feel like.
I lied about playing D&D. That's sort of the worst.
Is that a cool lie? Yeah. Next question. I still love you.
I was wondering, we see the gag reels on the DVDs and stuff, and it's really hilarious to watch. What's the most takes you've had to do or redo, and have you ever had to actually stop and continue another day because you just couldn't get it because you were either laughing too hard or just it wasn't working out?
There's no way we'd lose a day. That would Felicia would
be insane.
Chop a limb off.
Her head would literally explode.
Yeah, it would actually explode.
I'm trying to think what we couldn't.
I know what it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Was I in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Season 1. I think this is still, I mean, you could not, it was supposed to be, you know, it was one of your big long monologues, and at some point you're like, you know, something, you know, we got to get to our 2 a.m. rate.
Oh, yes.
And for the longest time, you just could not say 2 a.m. You kept saying 2 p.m.
No, but it was a 2 p.m. rate. I kept on saying 2 a.m.
You effed it up big time. It was like 30 takes, and we were all cracking up, and you were so furious.
And the director was a different director, and he was really mad at me.
He was really mad. That wasn't helping.
No, but I couldn't get to my head that I was used to playing WoW at 2 a.m., but now at 2 p.m. I think I probably was...
So yeah, you're just in your brain.
Yeah, I was like, now I understand it.
I think it was literally like 20 takes. Get through this huge monologue and get to that last point.
But I was also putting forks and knives and spoons in my shirt. My jacket at the time, I had to say it. Oh, I'm acting so hard. That's horrible. Oh boy.
All right, next question.
Okay.
Hi. What film or TV show inspired you to start acting? Like, wow, I really want to act. Any role specifically that you can think of that you're like, wow, I want to do that?
I grew up watching Saturday Night Live. I mean, like, all the way back to like Chevy Chase and Bill Murray and those guys. I watched Gilda Radner, and I used to watch Chevy Chase and just was in love with him. I mean, I just thought he was so well. Yeah, literally, I wanted to. He just was his physical stuff, and he said insane stuff, and I was so young, but yeah, I just found it funny. So that was my I always wanted to do sketch stuff because of SNL.
Yeah, I never wanted to be an actor at all. I just never thought. I was raised the Indian kid who hard sciences. I loved physics and chemistry. And thought that's what I was going to do, and ended up studying computer science. I mean, I watched SNL. I guess I was more of the Mike Myers, Dana Carvey generation. But I don't know. I mean, it just sort of. And then I just tried it. I went to Brown University, and that's just a place that is so awesome about being you can just take any class, pass, fail, and you can experiment. And so I just ended up taking creative writing courses, and then getting into a sketch troupe. And I don't know. I just kind of. That's where I caught the bug. I don't know if there was a specific show. I mean, I watched a shit ton of TV. I did, yeah. Sorry for that baby that just learned.
Gaga goo goo.
What was your baby's first words? Oh, shit time.
Hi, it's glad to finally get you guys. I missed you guys at the last two BlizzCons. I won't be going this year because of crazy ticket prices. So. But I want to ask you guys, I don't know if it's been asked because I got here 30 minutes late, but what do you guys see with the future of your careers as a show in comparison to where the MMORPG genre is going? I mean, eventually, all good things, it probably will die out, so you imagine you guys will be doing this for a long time, or where do you see the future of your show going?
Wow. He just told me there's an end to this. My kid is not going on forever.
What a doomsayer. Are you that guy that predicted that May 21st the world would be over? Oh man, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I imagine around season 64 we'll probably call it.
I'm in my walker. I can't see the screen.
Hopefully by then there won't even be screens. We'll be using the Hypercube space iPad 20,000.
We'll go back in time and do the season 20 years earlier. So
Yeah.
we'll see it.
No, it's a good one. You should write that sketch.
Thank you.
I think what's cool about our show is that it's we're sort of in this new media world where there's no set distribution. Our episodes started out at 3 minutes a pop, and then now we're doing 12-minute episodes. So there are no rules. Like there is in television where it's 22 minutes and then there's 8 minutes of commercials, and or maybe now it's 14 minutes of show and mostly commercials. But So we're just evolving with the medium. I mean, we're talking a lot about maybe doing half hours, maybe doing like, longer form movie types. I mean, there's a million options for us, and as long as you guys keep being awesome and supporting us, I think that there's a lot of places that we can grow to. I mean, it's really off the backs of you guys that we're able to do any of this. I mean,